So, you guys are here now, right? And we're here for a lot of different reasons. Maybe you're here because you did what you're supposed to do in the summer before your senior year. You worked on your craft. You got nice at whatever your sport was. You put up numbers, but coach didn't take care of business. Coach didn't take care of business and get your film out there. He didn't, or she didn't make sure that all their connects and contacts and all their coaches knew about you. So when it was time for you to make a decision, you had limited options. That might be one situation, right? But you still want to play sports and want to give yourself an opportunity to extend play for 4 years. Some of you may be here because maybe this school had your program. There was something academic about this program that seemed fitting. So you want to definitely make sure that you came here and got that academic foundation so that you can move on. Maybe for some of you, you didn't do what you're supposed to do in the classroom. And to leave out of state right now might not be the best thing for you. So you want to be in state, stay close to the crib, still play sports, put up numbers, but kind of get this college thing down close to the crib where you got a support staff, a support system, so eventually you can go out of state, whatever the case may be, right? Some of you came here because you want to come here. It was the best situation for you to be seen. It's the best possible situation for you to get coached up so you can move on to the next level. Some of you may have had coaches here that have been working with you, talking with you, noticing you, showing you love, and you say, you know what? I want to be a Hawk. It's going to it makes the most sense for me. A lot of different scenarios and situations that led you to this destination. So the goal is to take full advantage of this opportunity. Now that seems real simple, right? If I ask you, how do we take advantage of opportunity? I'm pretty sure each and every one of you would give me a response. You can give me a tip, a technique, an idea, a concept to help you take advantage of this year. And we'd have a long list, some repeats, but a long list of ideas and concepts to help each and every one of you take full advantage of the opportunity. All right. That sounds easy, but it's not. Taking advantage of the opportunity sounds easy, but it's really not. Because oftentimes what we find ourselves doing is we just end up going through the motions. There's three people. One person isn't doing the work. One person flat out isn't doing the work. And everybody come here excited, motivated, and all of that. But at the end of the day, you're going to be working next to that person, whether it's in the classroom or whether it's on the ball court, in the locker room, and you're going to look at them and say, man, you don't even get busy. You don't even work hard. You don't even put forth the effort. So there's the person who don't even put forth the effort, but they ain't doing nothing wrong, but they ain't necessarily doing nothing right. The next person is the person who goes through the motions. That's what many of us do. Many of us will go through the motions. So when we talk about how do we take advantage of the opportunity, what's going to happen is a lot of you guys are going to go through the motions. Again, you ain't doing necessarily wrong. You're doing some right things, but are you every single day getting after it? Are you getting after it every single day in every capacity, on every aspect, on every level? It's to be talked about, negotiated, or maybe discussed. But what you want to do is you want to live with intention. You want to attack the process from a standpoint of being intentional, intentionality, right? The definition's on your paper. Everybody, not everybody has it, but intentionality, being deliberate about the way you feel, love, think, and perform in the presence of all circumstances. So what I'm saying is, despite your circumstances, despite how bad your circumstances might be, how tough, despite all the yellow tape, despite all your challenges, opposition, adversity, despite all that, you have to decide how you're going to show up. You have to decide how you're going to show up. Because if you don't decide how you're going to show up, you're not going to be able to maximize your ability. You're not going to be able to maximize the opportunity. So you have to decide every single day how you're going to show up. Now, here's something that I learned changed my life. Because I'm getting after, I'm working hard, I'm working on myself spiritually, I'm reading, but things wasn't coming together. I'm doing everything that they told me to, but nothing was coming together. And I realized the key ingredient is synchronization. Everything got to be operating on the same level, the same rhythm, same wave. So what are those three things? It's the spirit, it's the heart, and it's the mind. It's the spirit, the heart, and the mind. Now, how it's written on this page, it goes mind, heart, and then the spirit. So I kind of wrote it kind of crazy, but it stick with me. The spirit feels. The spirit feels. The heart loves. The mind thinks. The body performs. So if I want to take an ideal or a concept and manifest it into something specific, I got to make sure that my spirit, my heart, and my mind are all in sync. They're all in alignment. See, what I was doing before is I was loving some kind of way, I was feeling some kind of way, and I was thinking some kind of way, but everything would fluctuate based upon my circumstances. So if my circumstances wasn't ideal, if the weather wasn't fair, if the sun wasn't out, I could easily, on any one of those levels, the spirit, the mind, and the heart, I could easily kind of go left, go right. And because of that, nothing that I was thinking and working so hard on and working and studying, it just wouldn't take off. So when you come into school, you got to think, how can I approach this process of intentionality so that my spirit, my heart, and my mind is operating on all cylinders, operating on the same frequency, the same rhythm, so that I can take full advantage of this opportunity and maximize. I don't want to max out here. I want to max out. I don't want to leave any room for discussion or question. I want to be undeniable. Undeniable. I don't want them to look at me and say, maybe we should go a different direction. No. When you see me, you can't deny how good I am. You can't deny how great I am. You can't deny how I've attacked the day every single day with intention. So there's two questions you got to ask every day as it relates to these three things. The spirit, the heart, and the mind. You got to ask yourself first, how am I going to feel about myself? How am I going to feel about myself? See, there's going to be some times, man, when you're going to go through something and it's going to make you, it's going to ruin your day. But you have to, at some point, be intentional, be deliberate, on purpose. How are you going to feel about yourself? See, if I let my circumstances dictate how I feel about myself, there's a good chance somebody going to come around this corner and say something to me that's crazy, that's going to make me compromise everything that I feel about who I am. It's easy to feel good about yourself when things are going right. That's easy money. Anybody can do that. But when somebody's telling you that you're not good enough, they don't want you, whether they're telling you to tell that to your face or whether they're not giving you that playing time, how are you going to get up for your next bat, your next shot, right? Your next serve, whatever the case may be, your next match, your next swing? How are you going to get up and make sure that I feel like I'm invincible, despite what my circumstances are? The second thing when it comes to feeling is you have to decide how are you going to feel about the people that you're working with. Because there's going to be sometimes you're going to be working with somebody who don't put forth the same work as you, but they might be eating better than you. Sometimes the timing can be off. Yeah, I'm going to eat more later, but right now, the way coach looking at this dude, the way the coach looking at this chick, they eating better than I am, but I know I put more work in than they do. So sometimes you got to say, you know what? I'm not feeling the best, but I gotta rearrange the way I'm feeling about my teammates, because if I don't, I'm going to get into a conflict with my teammates, or I'm going to miss out on an opportunity because of my teammates, or I'm going to make the wrong decision because I'm hating. I'm hating. And it ain't about me. It's about us. But if I take care of us, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good long term. So I got to do what's right. So I got to make sure that I feel some kind of way about myself on purpose. And I got to make sure I feel some kind of way about my teammate, the people I got to work with. And that's including professors, administrators, professional staffing, everybody that you encounter. How are you going to feel about the people you deal with? The second thing is, how are you going to love? How are you going to love yourself? How are you going to love yourself? See, we think we loving ourselves when we let ourselves off the hook. Maybe you should be running a little more. Maybe you should be studying a little bit more. Maybe you want to stay maybe you want to not party as much. Maybe you can go to the party, but you ain't got to get so lit, right? There's a lot of situations that happen, man, but you got to figure out, what do I need? The ego wants what it wants. The soul and the spirit, it knows what you need. See, your spirit knows what you need. Your soul knows what you need. But your ego will tell you, we want that. But what you want might not be the best for you. So when you talk about how do you love yourself, how do you have a conversation with everything that's going on you to make sure that you put yourself in the best possible position to be loved. Not by the world, but by yourself. So how do you love yourself? How do you take care of yourself? Do you get enough sleep? Do you hang around good people that's going to give you good energy, good vibration, affirmation, confirmation, positive reinforcement? People are going to be honest with you, hold you accountable, support you, challenge you. Or are you going to hang around idiots and say, yeah, I love myself, but I hang around idiots all day? No, if you love yourself, you got to be around people who take care of themselves the same way you want to take care of yourself. You want to model what they're doing. They're eating. I want to eat too. They take care of themselves. I better take care of myself too. That's my group. I'm hanging out with them. I show myself how much I love myself by putting myself around good people. Now we go back to the other question. How are you going to love your teammates? Sometimes it can be tough to love. You playing with somebody that don't go hard. It's tough to play with somebody who don't go hard. It's tough to play around with somebody who don't do it for the right reasons, especially if you're doing it for the right reasons. But it can't be about you. It's got to be about, you know what? It's what's good for the team. We all gonna eat, but I got to take care of myself. I can't let my teammates dictate how I show up. I can't let my teammates dictate how I love them. The last thing, the mind. And I'm going to tell you something. The mind is the weakest of all three. Everybody always told you it's about mental toughness. How many raise your hand if somebody gave you a speech at some point about mental toughness? Raise your hand. They got it all wrong. You know what's better than mental toughness? Spiritual toughness. Spiritual toughness. Because here's the thing. How many of you all saw Black Panther? All right, watch this. Killmonger, he threw him over the waterfall, right? What he was doing was he was breaking the spirit of the people. See, those people felt strong because their leader was a symbol of pride and excellence, right? So Killmonger was like, I want to break your leader's back. I want to break your leader's spirit. Because if I break your leader's spirit, all of you will break. You'll forget who you are. And once you forget who you are, I can tell you who you are. You feel me? Think about all those people. This is crazy. We talk about a comic book. I'm talking about like it's real history or something. You think about all the people that were of the Wakanda embassy, whatever the case may be, right? They were all moving and shifting their beliefs and the way they move for one dude. Didn't you ever wonder, like, how come they all just don't take this dude out? Get some vibranium, throw a javelin at him or something, like just take him out. No, they conceded. What do you need? They gave him they gave him Black Panther's chair because they forgot who they were. So when you break somebody's spirit, you can easily control their mind, easily. So it's not about mental toughness. Yeah, you want to make sure you got good thoughts going to your head, right? You want to make sure that you get positive thoughts. But here's the thing, your mind play tricks on you. Your mind will literally play tricks on you. You can feel like $1 million. You can feel invincible. And your mind will tell you, man, we sure we want to do this? You sure we want to like run extra? You sure we want to like go to the gym, get some extra shots? You sure we want to go to the weight room? You sure ain't nothing else we could do that's a little bit more fun than this? Because deep down inside, instinctively, you know, if I make the decision to live with intention and really get after my purpose and really get after everything that I'm capable of, I know it's going to be tough. So while your spirit telling you, we feel like we got to get after, we feel like a champion, your mind will tell you, nah, man, do something else. So we know that the mind will play tricks on you. But here's the thing. If I feel a certain way, it's going to impact what I love. If I love myself and if I love my situation, right? In spite of its flaws and its faults, if I love my situation, love myself, my mind is one step closer to helping me live in intention. And now I'm in sync. The way I feel is the way that I love, is the way that I think. And now, performance is easy. Performance is easy. Little caption on the bottom right here. Right here. Intention starts in the mind first. But manifestation of intentionality begins in the spirit. So just in case you get it confused, at some point you got to make a decision. This is what I'm going to do. But just because you decided this is what you was going to do, it's not going to manifest. The only way it's going to manifest, like how many of you all came in here with goals for the season? I hope everybody. Hope you didn't come in here like I got zero expectations. So if you got a goal, the only way, now you started in the mind first, but the only way that goal is going to manifest is if you feel that goal. You got to love that goal, and you got to think about that goal a certain way every single day. There's two people in this world. There's two people. You might know 3 or 4 or 5, but I only know 2 people. Somebody get up every day and they grind for it. Every single day they grind for it. And not only do they work hard, but they live on an intention. From the moment they wake up, the way that they feel, love, and think is on purpose. Yeah, they might have a bad day every now and then. Every now and then they might have a bad day. Every now and then they might show up and they might be slightly off their game. But 9 times out of 10, your superstars, the people who grind, the people who figure it out, the people who are successful, fulfilled, they got inner joy, they wake up like that every single day on purpose. I got some bad news on the way here. If I came in here and I let that bad news determine and dictate how I show up, you think I was a joke. This is real life. I got some bad news when I was on the way here. Hour and 10-minute drive. I got some bad news. Got a call. Bad news. But if I let that bad news dictate how I show up, it's a wrap for me. I might not get invited back. Y'all might talk me off this stage. Y'all might cancel me out. They might say, hey, what you think about Marv? We straight. Don't ever invite that dude back. Or I can say, all right, I got the bad news. I got to process that later. I feel some kind of way about myself. I love myself, and I got the right mindset. And then I got to think about all of y'all. I feel about y'all some kind of way. I'm loving y'all some kind of way, right? And I'm thinking about y'all some kind of way. I got to show up, because somebody listening and somebody locked in. Some of y'all like, dude, can you please stop talking? I got you. But some of y'all like, nah, I'm with my man. I feel it. I'm with him. So with that being said, man, I got to be able to take my circumstances and situations. I got to be able to, again, subside them, kind of put them to the side. And I got to figure out what's priority right now. And I got to be able to take care of it. Let's talk about the other person. The other person is the person who just gets up and they go through the motions. They get up, they go through the motions. Will they have a good day? Well, it all depends on who says hi versus who says nothing to them. Will they have a good day? All depends on if they go to the workplace and if they have a good email and maybe they let it be casual Friday, or if it's not. Like their whole life is determined and dictated by everything else. Everything else. But there's some people, they don't matter what the situation is. If the group is at a 5, they come in and they say, listen, I don't care if we at a 5. I'm taking this to 100. And if I can't take you to 100, we're going to get close. Simply because I'm here. Simply because I walked in the room. Don't you want to be that person and team's not doing well? Just because you step in the space, everybody feels some kind of way. Everybody start loving some kind of way. Everybody start thinking some kind of way. Now all of a sudden, everybody got a chance. We got a chance. You're going to win every game? Probably not. I hope you win every game, every match, every inning. I hope so. But if you don't, you want to be the type of person that when you come in there, you're a catalyst for change. You're a change agent. And the second you step foot in the scene, everything changes and everything revolves around you. Does everybody understand where I'm coming from? Live with intention. The spirit feels, the heart loves, and the mind thinks, the body performs. I got to think about how I'm going to show up every day. How am I going to show up every day? And then I have to consider everybody that I got to deal with. I'm going to leave you on one last line. But first, before I do that, I want to say, just show some love Rochelle, once again, thank you for bringing me in this space. Always grateful for the opportunity to share. And I love athletes. Love athletes. I just got done talking to a whole bunch of group of non-athletes, and it wasn't as fun, all right? But I love talking to athletes. Always want to show love to my main man, DeAndre Head, My Touch Productions. It's my main man, videography. I was always showing me love, and I want to show love to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Locked in, give me that eye contact, have some, positive listening skills, active listening skills. Got a couple head nods and so on and so forth. So I want to thank you. I'm going to give you a little bit of an explanation, and I'm going to give you the quote at the end. Anybody who's winning is doing that because the spirit, the heart, and the mind are in sync. It is impossible to win on the highest level if you don't feel like a person who's capable of winning on the highest level. Does everybody understand that? So when you're in the thick of it, when things ain't going right, whenever you start feeling bad about yourself, you gotta snap out of it. You gotta snap out of it, and you gotta say it for yourself and for the people that you gotta support and the people that you gotta represent. I gotta find a way to, with intention, deliberately, I gotta find a way to pull out of it. And I gotta feel some kind of way on purpose that's gonna give me an opportunity to perform on the highest level possible. Does that make sense? With that being said, no marathon winner wins the marathon feeling like a loser. It's impossible. With that being said, my name is Marv Fox Jr. Done.